suggest that. So, pag tinanong,
So, i-require ng paglista ng totoong pangalan at mobile phone.
It's reached every part of the ocean.
Definitely reached the point.
Good day. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Christian Iganyones, BSc for English, and I would like to present to you the different problems in different field in literacy. First, financial literacy. The first problem is corruption. Corruption is quite rampant in this generation, especially there are myriads of people that were involved in this particular problem, especially those politicians. Of course, in the Philippines, especially in our country, it's been almost 11.7 trillion. The trillion is our debt. And of course, through that problem, we have to formulate a certain solution as a normal citizen of this country. Of course, we have to monitor, to liquidate, and at the same time to make an assessment and able to know where the allocated to spend for. And of course, it is really important for us to address this issue because somehow it will affect not only in our economy, but of course the people, because we are the one who are being affected by this. We need to address this issue. So through this problem, we have to formulate, make an assessment, and of course, it's really important for us to liquidate and to monitor. That's all. Second, improper allocation of finances for city project. Of course, it is really important for us to monitor, to make to complain that this area should not be changed because somehow the place or the project is still okay. And it's really important for us to address this issue because somehow the problems is quite so many, and it is really important for us to make a program to stop this issue, because of course if we are going to tolerate these practices, it will cause a problem actually. Social literacy. So first problem is attitude. Of course, if we are going to interact with other people, it is really important to know the correct or the ethics when showing your attitude, especially when you're speaking to others, if you are going to interact or to deal with others. And of course, it is really important for us to teach those children to manage attitude, especially when they are talking to someone. And of course, to establish discipline, and it is really important to manage this. Low social skills, of course, one of the common problem that we are facing right now. Of course, it is not good if there were a lot of workers that will be unemployed because they are not good interview, but it is really important to address this problem by making a platform by establishing a program to address this issue. Of course, by giving them an opportunity to have a tutor to teach them, teach other people how to speak properly, and at the same time to educate others by sharing your knowledge to address this problem. And of course, through this, we could alleviate this issue. Another area, media or digital literacy. First problem, illiterate in gadgets. We, in this generation, we are in 21st century, and of course, it is really important for us to be literate in gadgets, especially on how to use it, by knowing the purpose, and its limit, and at the same time on how it functions in our society or in global, of course. And it is really important to educate others through the formulation of the platform, or by making a program to educate others by simply giving them an awareness program, and of course to teach them on how to use this, especially for those elders. And also young we in the younger age, it's really important for us to guide our parents when using this. And it's really important to share our knowledge, give and take process. Cybercrime. We all know that cybercrime is one of the common problems we are facing right now. And of course, in able to establish a solution for this problem, it is really important to strengthen the cybersecurity. And of course, it is really important to alleviate this issue by making a program through this problem. We have to provide an awareness program enabled to reduce or to minimize this issue, because somehow if we are well educated, we know how to conquer this problem, especially if we are going to report this to the authority. And it is really important for us to know the significance of being literate to conquer those problems that we are facing. Another area, environmental literacy. So what are those problems that we're facing? First, pollution. Okay, pollution is one of the problems that we're facing right now as citizens in the Philippines, not only the Philippines, but also around the world, because somehow pollution is quite rampant, not only in our country, but also across the universe, rather. And it is really important for us to address this issue, since the climate change is quite devastating, because somehow it devastates the people, the livelihood, because somehow it affects the people also. Enable for us to alleviate this issue, of course, the discipline within ourselves, because somehow if we should know how to throw our garbage in a correct bin, we can even help other people, especially the environment, the surroundings we have. If we want a clean surroundings, we should know how to discipline ourselves. We should teach other people by making a platform, by making an organization, by to address this problem. And of course, we have to reach out the government to take actions for this, and also with what we so-called bayanihan. So through this concept, we have to help each other to address this issue. Second, landslide. Landslide is one of the common problems, especially when raining. And of course, in able to formulate a solution, we have to educate others that cutting trees is not good, but we have to plant trees for the environment, for the sustainability, for the long-term process, for the long-term results that we could benefit. And somehow, we should be responsible on our actions. And that is why discipline is important, actions is important, and of course, it is really important to share your knowledge to other people that making these actions is bad. So that's why it is really important to conquer this issue, enabled for us to reduce or to minimize the problem regarding landslide. Another area, critical literacy. So when it comes to critical literacy, so the first problem would be fake news. Fake news is quite rampant in today's generation, especially we're in 21st century where technology is accompanied by us. And of course, enabled to formulate a solution for this problem, it is really important for us to educate ourselves, to educate others, to learn more, to dig, and to make an assessment. So by making an action, we should start within us. We have to practice ourselves not to believe easily, and it's really important for us to assess those informations that we are reading in the internet, and to validate also in in the authentic mediums like newspaper, in the news, and that is why we have to be educated in this problem. Next, lack of assessment. Of course, we are prone to misinformation if we don't know how to assess the informations that we are reading in the internet. Since we are in 21st century learners, of course, we are prone to misinformations, to fake news like that, because somehow we are still relying in the technology. So that's why our practices, our mindset, we have to change those things. We don't rely to the simple process. We have to validate. We have to validate this, and of course, to prove that it is authentic, because somehow there's nothing wrong of being if being practical, of being cautious somehow, because lack of assessment would cause misunderstanding. So that's why it is really important to us to be a role model of positivity for making or for addressing this problem to the government, especially by addressing this to other people, by taking an action to this problem. And that would be all. Thank you.